As a follow-up to what we just talked about in the other PowerPoint for Module 1, this time we're going to look at Texas law, education, and government powers. Again, use this presentation as a guide, not just for understanding various topics, but to be able to go back and look at both textbooks and at current literature and court cases that are out there. In Texas, our sources of law and policy come obviously from constitutional law, statutory law that's passed by the Texas legislature and placed in various codes, whether it's the education code or the administrative code. Administrative law is usually found in the administrative code, sometimes written by various agencies and published for opinion. Also, judicial law and opinions, especially at the state Supreme Court level, have taken issues and tried to define them so that they may be implemented into policy. As far as education goes, the Texas legislature in Article 7 of the Constitution takes responsibility for the structure and operation of the Texas public school system. Currently, education is governed by the State Board of Education, which is an elected body of 15 members and performs the duties that the legislature has given them, including establishing a state curriculum, which we know as the Texas Basic Knowledge and Skills, along with setting graduation requirements, developing assessment instruments, licensing and appropriation of instructional materials and money, and also investing in the permanent school fund. TEA, or the Texas Education Agency, is headed by a Commissioner of Education. The agency's job is to monitor district compliance with federal and state law and programs, along with maintaining electronic information systems and administering all funds to districts. Even federal funds funnel from TEA to districts, usually either in grants or direct payments. Local school districts, in Texas known as independent school districts, with the exception of those that are consolidated, a mixture of several districts into one, or the lone municipal school district that has dual governance between a school board and city council. We also have charter schools in Texas and private schools that provide educational services. In 2015, the legislature created districts of innovation, allowing some school districts to adopt innovative plans with flexibility for enrollment, administration, and other instructional opportunities for students. They still have to meet state performance objectives, including completing state assessments. While Texans always feel a sense of independence from everyone else in the country, we're still guided in education by a number of important federal statutes, including discriminations in contracts, that's both contracts with individuals, businesses, and organizations. There's also injunctive relief found that can be used against public school districts. Also, schools and education must follow both Title VI and VII of the Civil Rights Act, prohibiting intentional discrimination and discrimination in employment, and also the Age Discrimination Employment Act, which prohibits discrimination in employment. Texas must also abide by the ADA, the Americans with Disabilities Act, and also IDEA, the Individuals with Disabilities Education Act. That's mostly a guidance for special education, along with Section 504. Title IX takes care of gender-based issues and discrimination, whether it's in employment, organizations, or athletics. And the ESSA, Every Student Succeeds Act, is an amendment to the Elementary and Secondary Education Act of 1965, and that gives states guidance from the federal government as to expectations and accountability for student success. There are a couple of other issues that you need to keep in the back of your mind as you go through this course. Texas has long had funding issues all the way back to 1876. Court case after court case has had to decide whether Texas adequately funds education from the state level. And the legislature at times has battled back to limit or control what local districts can fund themselves or how they deal with their tax increases or decreases. Education also has to deal both with parents' rights and school choice in today's society. Keep all of that in the back of your mind as we go through this course.